gonna get really awkward in a moment. We don't know what. Okay.
Who's that?
We finally gave in. Brought to you by Bremen Motor Cars in West Palm and Jupiter. A world-class experience. Visit BremenBMW.com. And by Wellington Anti-Aging. Low T? Go to WellingtonAntiAging.com. It's Kevin's Other Show on 640 The Hurricane.
It's got to be easily one of the best days of the entire year. To me, this is where it all kind of begins, and I'm talking about the NCAA March Madness. It's so exciting. We set off the fire alarm here in the studio.
You cannot make this stuff up.
Yeah, crazy.
This is what happens when we change the time slot.
Yeah, exactly.
All chaos.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a good move. So I guess that doesn't cancel out even when you're on the radio,
Yeah,
huh?
I guess not.
No.
Yeah.
The announcement's still there.
I
guess
it would
so.
Be muted at some point.
Okay.
in time,
I mean,
but-
to be fair, we did get this warning. We got the company emails. It was going to be a fire alarm test. I did not
figured
expect
it would just be a light, not the audio. We're
How
on
about
air
that?
right now.
Right at the start of the show. I love it.
It's great timing. Straight up 11 o'clock, baby.
Well, this is a good idea for everybody to get out of the building. Time to play hooky. Go watch some NCAA basketball.
Fantastic. Today's the day.
Kind of sounds like you feel like you're in the club almost.
Yeah, the strobe lights. You got the alarm going.
Yeah, it's kind of like this would be a great alarm, like the whole.
There you go.
Yeah,
Oh,
come
I call
on,
that-
baby.
I call that the douche alarm.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Fire
Is that the
off?
official name?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Fire, baby. What's up?
That's when you play Sandstorm right there.
Oh, don't you worry. It's coming. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow, but it's coming.
Surprise Sandstorm.
Well, I am Kevin from the KVJ show on 97.9 WRMF. Got it. Ricky Bobby in here. We got Diener in here. We are getting all ready. And we've got so many Duffy's Wings in here. They just have gotten us ready because if you're going to be doing the whole, NCAA, you got to get the Duffy's Wings. 11 different wing sauce flavors: Korean barbecue, mango, habanero, honey garlic. And do we get any of the spicy atomic wings?
They're in here. We don't know where they are. They're kind of shuffled in the mix, but they are in here.
Okay. All
yeah.
right.
We got to
Beautiful.
find them.
Okay.
Yeah, they gave us like 100 wings over here, so this is
Nice.
a smorgasbord, if you will.
Okay, well, there you go. So we're going to be chowing down, talking a little bit about basketball. Going to be getting going on here in just a little bit. Those play-in games, which to me, they do nothing but just kind of like spoil the fun of, I don't know, maybe I'm just a purist. I don't get these games that you play on Tuesday and Wednesday night and then lead into Thursday. I always loved it when it was like Thursday and it was around lunchtime and I would blow out of work with my friends and we would go sit at a bar and watch the meaningless games that were on. Now it's like you've already had 2 or 3 or 4 meaningless games.
Yeah, it kind of feels unnatural, doesn't it? I was thinking that last night.
Yeah, because I used to always like this was kind of like the jump start, and now it's like, all right, it's already jumped, it's already started.
It's like March Madness preseason.
I don't even really watch those games. It's like, I'm not there yet.
But St. Bonaventure
That's right, St. Bonaventure.
called it.
And I will say this. What's good in those games are these 11 seeds. Because, even Brandon Lang was saying it yesterday when we had him on the show. 11s, for some reason, end up beating the 6 seed a lot. And these 11 seeds actually get into the tournament through these playoff games. So it's tricky, man. Like, you have Syracuse now, who won last night, to go against TCU. If you already filled out your bracket and penciled in TCU, it's not a guarantee they're going to beat Syracuse.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Makes
just
it tricky.
it's more chances to blow your bracket.
That's right.
Absolutely.
I say St. Bonaventure makes it to the Sweet 16.
I was this close to putting them into the Sweet 16.
I say they make it to the Sweet 16.
This close.
Okay. Well, what you got is St. Bonnie's going to be going up against some Gators tonight. So if you got any Gators fans out there, it's going to be on True TV tonight, 9:57 at that standard tip-off time.
Yeah.
9:57.
What is that?
There's no way. With how many games are going to be running before? I mean, what is 9:50? Did somebody just guess? They just pulled that out of a hat. Be like, I don't know.
So
guessing.
random.
Somebody's probably like sitting in an office, like going, dude, we need to do a tip-off time. What's tip-off time? I don't know. 9:57. How about that? Does that work for you? Okay.
They just throw it on a dartboard or something like that.
9:57 it is, jackass.
Just throw a time in there.
Yeah. The games that you got kicking off today, you're going to be starting off Rhode Island, Oklahoma. That's a tight game, too. A lot of people are feeling like, okay, Oklahoma, not really a team. They're a one-player team. They got a little bit of hype around them.
Yeah.
And in fact, right now, it's a 7 versus 10. Oklahoma being the 10 on that. If you look at the percent chance of winning, they got Rhode Island favored 58% chance of winning that game.
Rhode Island's a sneaky good team.
Yeah, they got a little bit of experience, too. So
They do.
If you're checking out your bracket, Rhode Island should have been the odds-on favorite pick. I went Oklahoma because I got caught up in the hype.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kev, come on.
I did. I got
Look,
caught up in the flash.
It's not noon yet. You got time to change it.
You know what? I already have bracket regret. How is it possible?
The first games haven't even started
hasn't
yet.
even really
First real
started,
games.
and I got the playing games right, but it's like, yeah, I already got bracket regret. I'm like going, I really wish I would have taken the Rhode Island game. I'm looking at it. I'm like, that was not the
You
right
still
call.
rooting for Kansas to go all the way?
Yeah, I still got Kansas all the way, and I got Kentucky as one of my top picks, but I'm going to cover that here in a second as to why that might have been a bad idea.
You really do have a lot of regret
I
already.
do. Well, I started. You know what? You read an article and it just turns you upside down. I'm spun around now. The other games you got early 12:40 on True TV. You've got Tennessee taking on Wright State. Tennessee 91% chance of winning that. It is a 3 seed. Gonzaga big over UNC Greensboro. 92% chance of number 4 seed Gonzaga moving on that. That's on TNT at 1:30. And then Kansas. My Jayhawks are going to win it all. Well, they're 1 seed, so 2 o'clock TBS. The really good games today to probably keep an eye on because a lot of them are going to be like 116, your 215 seed games. But the other game other than Rhode Island, Oklahoma, it's going to be tight. You have got Virginia Tech, Alabama. That is an 8 seed, 9 seed on TNT tonight at 9:20. Virginia Tech just favored 59% in that one.
Yeah, those 8-9s always confuse me. Those are the ones, like you said, kind of the toss-up games.
Yeah.
Where you just got to watch and hope that you pick the right team at that point.
You like the ACC better than the SEC? Yes?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
predominantly better basketball programs, too.
Yeah. You got your Duke, your North Carolina that obviously is up there riding it high. And I think Miami, your Canes, are they third in the ACC?
They were ranked third in the tournament, in the ACC tournament. They didn't really play up to that ranking, but it's all good.
It's one of the tighter games today as far as who's favored to win. Miami is 6 seed, 60% chance of beating the 11 seed Loyola, Illinois. And if you heard the Loyola coach talk, man, you would think that Miami might be the best program in the entire country. Here's what he had to say about the Canes.
We've talked about it in our locker room all year long. We said it when we went to Florida. We said we went into Indiana State. We said it to Northern Iowa. Every team we said. This day and age, respect is not a weakness. Sometimes people think you can't respect. Respect's not a weakness. And, these guys have an unbelievable amount of respect for Miami. And we're all our focus is on what we have to do to try to contain their athleticism because they're extremely athletic. But we haven't bought into this, I can imagine what they're saying. I mean, they finished third in the ACC. I mean, they're really, really good.
Diener, you're the Canes guy. Is he just fluffing them up to knock them off?
He is so fluffing them up, man. He knows very well that his team is being picked as one of the main Cinderellas by a lot of people, and he's trying to get in that psyche. Be like, oh, guys, you know that team's really good. We're the small school. We're coming in here. We're not
Go
that
out
good.
there and have fun.
Yeah, just enjoy the experience. You know, BS. Who does this guy think he's kidding? Miami's only favored by 2 in this game.
That tells you something right there.
Really strange.
310 True TV. That game's going to be going down right about then. 310. Now, here's what's throwing me off a little bit about Kentucky that I rode far. And you know what? I was riding high on them after seeing them win the SEC tournament. I'm like going, okay, this is a team obviously recruited well. It's that kind of maturity that they needed through the whole season, and now they're going to hit their stride, and they're just going to crush it in the NCAA. I didn't even realize this, but according to Bracket Voodoo, over the previous 5 years, teams that had momentum heading into the tournament rarely translated into tournament success.
Really?
They say don't buy the hype. Yeah, they look back. They say the past 4 champions, including number 7 seed UConn in 2014, all lost in their conference tournaments.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's why you're having a little bracket regret again.
I'm having a little bracket regret because I'm like going, I was picking Kentucky because they were so hot. Oh, hold on real quick. Fire alarm.
Bring it back. There it is.
Get out the building! Yo, get out the building! What up, we the radio station? Clear out, yo!
I'm waiting for like the foam to come out from the ceiling.
Yeah, it's a phone party.
Yeah.
So be what?
It's a good thing we're not on air, right?
Yeah, no.
No, we're not doing a live show or anything.
Thank God, no.
Unbelievable. I love it.
Some of the other stuff that I saw, though, is they say if you're looking at like a smaller office pool, here's a different strategy for the bracket hacks is to if you're like in something that's ginormous. They say if you're playing in a smaller pool, going with favorites like Villanova or Duke, make good championship picks. But if you're playing a larger pool, go with a sleeper like Gonzaga.
Man, Gonzaga is one of those teams I really struggled with. Going far into the tournament, going against Xavier. Later on, I think in the Sweet 16 is where you have that matchup, or the Elite 8 is one of them. Really struggled there.
I had something where I took Gonzaga all the way. I had them win a tournament. And I'm sure we all do this.
Yeah.
I went in, I can't remember what it was, maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago, and I took them. They were like my hot pick, and they got knocked out like in the second round. And it completely ruined my bracket, whatever money I
Bracket
threw.
busted on Thursday.
So you know what? I got Gonzaga grudge, and I'm still holding on to it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Gonzaga never does well in the tournament. So I am so reluctant, and this is the thing. Here's your little bracket hack. They say even if you got grudge, you got to get rid of it because they say a team's historical tournament success has no correlation with their performance in the current year.
Oh yeah, of course not. That's why I hate when people they compare teams from years ago to now. It's stupid. Live in the now.
Yeah, for some reason I just feel like I don't know what it is. Just the name on your jersey. I think it's kind of like a sports curse. I feel is going on.
Immediate hate.
Yeah, there's something that you just can't do it. They say focus on making 1 or 2 bigger statements in your bracket, like advancing to like a lower seed to the Final Four or picking a less popular team to win it all. 2 strategies, they say, if you're trying to win on your bracket.
I think that kind of goes along with the way I look at it a little bit, which is I don't like putting all 4 number 1 seeds in the Final Four because it rarely happens.
Right.
So, maybe try to mix it up a little bit, but like a 1 or 2 or 3, sprinkle them in there.
Yeah.
That type of thing.
Okay.
I'm going to do
St.
terrible this
Bonaventure
year.
all the way.
I don't know why I'm giving you advice. I'm not going to do well.
I was like, you suck.
So,
Well, you better do better because we got some March Madness Hot Wing Trivia going to be
here
coming
we
up
go.
here, sponsored by Duffy's. Also going to talk a little bit about this. People are freaking out. Chad Henne, is he coming back to the Dolphins? We'll tell you about it next.
And stop on Miami's 3-game road trip out west is Sacramento, California. Double team. 2 to shoot. Ellington for 3. He got it. Oh. He got it. James Johnson with an easy score off a great Winslow takes the foul. Points and 10 rebounds, but the Kings win it in overtime.
Well, we at 9 now, I believe, on the road. That's not a good number, actually.
No.
That's not a positive 9. That's a bad 9.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a -9.
That's a -9 right there that we got.
It's not good, man. Like, you want to be a playoff, and they are a playoff team statistically speaking in the standings, but you're not going to go far if you can't win on the
Are
road.
they on the 8th seed now? No, they moved down to the 8th seed?
I think they are the 8th seed, right?
No.
Yeah, they still got a 5-game lead over the Pistons for the final spot. But, yeah, I mean, they're slowly ticking down, and they got to get off the road, which, you know, they're kind of suffering through. And they still, I think, have the Lakers out in L.A. they got to take on before they get to come back home.
Yeah.
Are you completely surprised, though? I mean, last night you had some key pieces on the bench that weren't even playing. Whiteside, Wade, Richardson, none of them in the game last night. So Goran Dragic, I mean, did all he can. Yeah, pretty big night for him, actually, 33 points. That is the most by Heat player this season in that one game. So, I mean, you know, he was doing what he could. He tried to put the team on his back. It just wasn't enough. And, again, this is another one of those games where they get down big. Down 16 points in the fourth quarter. They go up by 4 and then blow the lead with 1:23 left in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they that's kind of the pattern that's been happening to them on the road a lot. They get in there, they get behind, they get back up, but then they just can't hold it. And there's another loss.
It's so tough, too, because when you see that they're up by 4 after a big Wayne Ellington 3, there's a minute left.
Yeah.
You'd think that probably iced it. And somehow, some way, they end up losing this game in overtime.
Yeah, I mean, is this going to translate to a lot of negativity going into the playoffs? Or what we just learned about bracket busters, that it's not a big deal at all. You don't take the momentum from the regular season into the playoffs. It's a whole different set. What do you think when it comes to the NBA? Is there any translation to what you've been doing going into the playoffs, or is it just all brand new and you got new air and new attitude about everything?
I think LeBron has kind of taught us that the regular season doesn't really matter because he has consistently been subpar going into the playoffs, and then once he gets there, once he's solidified where he's going to be, once he gets there, he just turns into like a different person all of a sudden. And the team around him seems to do for the most part too, and I think you agree with me, Diener, because you've seen that with the Miami Heat teams as well.
Yes, it's a little bit different in the NBA, actually, I think, whereas in college, you know, you have some teams, like you said, sometimes they get hot at the right time, and that helps. And in the NBA, it helps, but it's really more about the matchups. I mean, you can be hot going into the playoffs, and you just go against that team that you do not match up well against, and it's not going to matter.
You got 9 losses in a row on the road for the Miami Heat.
Oh.
Is it no concern? Is it mild concern? Or is it we're going to freak out?
That's a concern.
Okay,
yeah,
mild
it is.
concern?
Yeah,
Or-
I would say mild.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more, like extra mild. Like
What
in between.
the hell is that?
When
between
extra
hot-
Can I
I
get
think
some
extra
extra
mile
mild,
goes in the
please?
other end of gentle. Yeah.
It's like not an alert yet, but it's like close to it.
Okay.
So it's close, and it makes you think. It's like, man, we're in the middle of March, and they cannot win on the road.
You have a lot more concern about the Heat than you do the Panthers, right?
Yeah, but I think one of the things, I mean, not to be too shoppy about this, but if you look at one part of the box score of this, the Kings and the Heat, the biggest difference between the two of them is assists. If you look at the assists for the Heat, you have multiple people with 0. With the Kings, everybody has at least 1.
Different, yeah. I mean, they were just
They're
gunning
better team
it.
ball.
I mean, how many threes did the Heat have last night? They were just launching it, you know, all over the place.
And that happens, like you said, Whiteside, Wade is out. When you got guys on the bench,
Yeah.
all of a sudden you just find yourself launching them up.
They had another, you know, different starting lineup in the game. And so, you know, that continuity, I think, is a big part of it, too, with, you know, some injuries that are playing into this. And that might be part of the reason why you've lost 9 on the road. The Panthers are trying to turn it around. They got the Bruins coming into the BB&T Center tonight, 7:30, dropping the puck. We'll see if they can turn things around. And, you know, when you say turn things around, what, 1 loss in a row? I mean, they've been a pretty relatively hot team. So.
Yeah, they've been doing really well. Ever since the All-Star break, really, they came out hot. Hot.
Okay,
hot.
let's ascribe concern to what the Miami Dolphins have been doing in the offseason, because I love this tweet. Somebody basically just had, "My house is on fire," when they read the headline that Chad Henne might be coming back to Miami.
I mean, what are we doing? What is going on? Is this 2010?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're going to start. You're going to go back to the old logo. They're going to put Dan Marino on the back of every quarterback jersey, even though if it's not Dan Marino. They're just going for nostalgia now. That's really it.
You do realize that what they're doing is the definition of insanity. Like, they're doing something that didn't work, and they're expecting a different result. They tried this before with Chad Henne.
Yeah, I wouldn't get overblown about Chad Henne, whether he comes back or not. I mean, this is a guy that hasn't started a game since 2014. I mean, I didn't even know he was still in Jacksonville.
I was going to say.
Oh, he's still in the league?
That's what I was like, he's still in Jacksonville, right?
Yeah, really had no idea. I mean, he never sniffed the field. So
where in the world is Chad Henne?
To me, the concern in this comes into it is saying, okay, I guess you probably do want another backup, but to me, I'm really hoping that that first-round pick at number 11 is going to be going for a quarterback, and I'm starting to, drink the Kool-Aid on Baker Mayfield. I'm really kind of hoping that's the Dolphins' pick.
Telling you.
That's the thing about Chad
man.
Henne that, kind of throws me off a little bit. You're not feeling Baker Mayfield.
I don't think he's going to be there by the time you guys pick, honestly.
But, I mean, there's so many other quarterbacks, though. I mean, you think he's going to go higher in the rotation?
Yeah,
with
I think
Josh
he's going
Rosen
to.
And
I was literally going through the entire...
Sam Darnold is the first one gone.
Sam Darnold, Josh Allen also is getting a lot of attention, but Baker Mayfield seems to be the one going into every meeting and impressing every single team. And they ask him the question, what about the crotch grab? What about the video? And he apparently has great answers for all of this.
I think
Josh Rosen is the one that's actually disappointing a lot of people.
Yeah, there were some weird up and downs with him at UCLA, watching to see what he did. Yeah, I agree. He would be my number one concern. I'm hoping it's Baker Mayfield. I like what he's saying. He had his pro day at Oklahoma yesterday. Here's what he was telling the press.
I feel like I put myself in a good spot here to, be considered the best quarterback in the draft. No matter the height question or people, question the character. I think these meetings have been great for me. So put myself in a good spot, and it's kind of interesting to think about, before the season, they had me at a 3rd to 4th round grade, and now it's improved a little bit.
Stock rising. That's what you're saying.
I'm telling you, man, because if you look at the picks, number 1, Cleveland, if they don't trade it away, who do you think they're going to pick? Probably Saquon Barkley because of the position that they're in right now.
Yeah.
Number 2, you have the Giants. They need a quarterback, but they need a quarterback that's built and can be able to throw in a windy stadium that is MetLife. So Josh Rosen, not really. And then after that is Indianapolis, who's probably not going to pick up a quarterback. So if you have the Josh Allen, you have the Sam Darnold, and Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is trending up more than the other two. So there's a good possibility the Giants may take Baker Mayfield.
You think he goes all the way to 2?
There's a good possibility because the Giants, I have a feeling, are going to pick a quarterback. Now, do you think they're going to take either Josh Allen or the other guy? But I could just
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. I don't think they're going to pick Rosen. So the other two, do you think they're going to pick that, or they're going to pick somebody who's trending up?
So then, what are you seeing for the Dolphins? I mean, if they do this, they're looking at Seth Rosen. They're looking at Josh Allen.
Yes, they could get those quarterbacks, which are still graded well.
Yeah.
But I just don't think Baker Mayfield's going to make it all the way down to that pick.
I just look at the Dolphins for me, and is there anybody that just lights you on fire that's on this roster? Anybody that you get excited about when you mention their name? And you look at a lot of other NFL teams, you say a name, you're going, I'm excited about that. I like that,
Chad Henne, if they sign him again, gets me on fire in the opposite way. I can tell you that.
Well, you say Tannehill. Is anybody like, oh, man, he's my guy?
No.
He's my guy. I love Tannehill.
I mean,
no, not really.
He has to prove it again, and I hate saying that
Prove it
because
again?
Well, he was having his best year of his career before he got that injury.
Yeah.
And he tried to come back, and he was looking okay in those first practices, and he's gone again. So essentially, Ryan Tannehill's just been
He restructures his contract. He creates $11.2 million in cap space for the Dolphins this year. He sees he needs it now. Okay. So it's going to come, right?
Yeah,
I guess, and that's what his strategy is.
$37 million in cap space?
I'm not
it was
good at
26
math.
before and 26 and 11.
Sounds right.
I could do that, and I'm dumb. Was it? No. I mean, you figure about that's still not a lot of cap space. You're not going to be able to do much with it. They got to make with what they have. When life gives you lemons, quit.
Level concern with the offseason moves on the Dolphins end. You put it at mild concern, you put it at pretty good concern, or are you panicking?
Extra mild.
No, this is more than extra mild.
This is a 5-alarm fire.
It is. I mean, what they're doing. Let's put this in perspective for a second. We are now at the point where they're seriously considering signing Chad Henne, who, if you asked 100 football fans, not regular people, football fans, somebody who watches the game every Sunday, does Chad Henne still play in the league? I guarantee you 95 of them will say no. So you're talking about a guy.
I was surprised, when I saw that.
Yes. Who knows?
I actually thought for a second there was one of those fake news stories.
Yeah.
I'm like, Chad Henne's
Shit.
not coming to Miami. He's not even in the league. Oh, wait, he
Chad
is in the
Henne's
league.
dead.
It'd be so easy to start that rumor.
Yeah.
People would know.
Well, he's
That's
in
who they're-
Jacksonville. He might as well be dead.
He might as well be. That's who they're talking about.
Yeah.
And if they don't draft a quarterback and they stick with Tannehill, if Tannehill gets hurt again, Chad Henne is now a quarterback for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
That happens.
That's great.
What a weird little swing. I mean, honestly, from year to year, it's like how things swing, how things flow. Everybody is so hype on Cleveland now. Everybody is riding that train, man. Everybody's
what,
like,
though?
just genius what the Browns have been doing.
Flavor of the week, though. I mean, they're the ones making the most explosive moves, so obviously everybody's going to gravitate towards them. But I mean, that always happens.
Does any of that translate onto the field this year if you're a Browns fan?
I mean, it could.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it on paper, yeah, but on paper, teams don't usually work out to be what they actually are. Sometimes they do, but it's very rare. I mean, you have a lot of pieces that are going in. It really, when the draft is over, I think that's when you can really take a serious look and go, did they take Saquon Barkley? Did they trade the pick? Did they get offensive tackle? Because, I mean, what's his name? Thomas is gone.
Yes,
So
Joe
I mean,
Thomas,
so
yeah.
you have to make sure that you have an offensive line, and that was the one big thing with Tyrod Taylor is that he had a crap offensive line in Buffalo. So if they can be able to do that, but it all depends. The draft is really going to matter.
Talk about how times change. You know, I mean, just last year, even a couple years ago, I mean, Cleveland, it's like who would want to play in Cleveland, including Carlos Hyde. This is what I love about Twitter is Twitter will resurface. So if, say, for instance, I don't know, in 2011, you're Carlos Hyde and you sent out a tweet saying, Cleveland sports are horrible.
Whoops.
It's not going to go over too well.
That 7 years later will be dug up immediately as soon as you are traded to the Browns. That will be dug up.
And that kind of happened, didn't it?
That kind of did, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people talking about Carlos Hyde's tweet. Now, will it mean anything? He's going into Cleveland. This is a guy that played for the Ohio State Buckeyes. There's going to be love there, and they might just be happy, and they might be able to overlook a tweet.
Yeah, I think if they're winning, they don't care if Carlos Hyde sleeps with everybody's girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like,
You just want to win.
bring W's to. They've won one game in the past 2 years.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So
Yep.
I mean, they want W's. They don't care what you do. If you were a Nazi, they'd take you.
Oh gosh, 1-31. They're 1-31. The Browns in the past 2 years. I mean,
Isn't
so
that insane?
he's not wrong when it comes to the Browns. They
And yet
haven't been
people
that
are
good.
hype. I'd be interested to see what Browns merchandise has done in the last week.
Yeah.
Are people rushing out and buying Browns gear in anticipation off of what they did with 3 trades to go out and start buying Browns jerseys?
If they take Saquon Barkley first overall, how many over how many Cleveland Browns fans get Cleveland Browns Super Bowl championship tattoos?
Oh, it's gonna happen.
That will happen.
Some idiot who wants to make Barstool Sports.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It will happen.
That will happen. So who knows? Carlos Hyde from Cincinnati. Maybe that's one of the reasons he is also blasting Cleveland sports. But now that he is a Brown, see what his take is.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Who knows more about March Madness? Is it Ricky Bobby? Is it Diener? Now, who does better eating extremely hot wings
I'm so bad with hot food.
from Duffy's? You are, huh?
Terrible.
Diener, how are you with hot food?
No, I love it.
Oh, you do?
It
Oh,
hurts.
really?
It
Okay.
hurts. It's painful, but I like it.
Okay. You need to get some paper. You need to get a pen. Got to get ready to go because when you miss, you knock down one of the hottest wings on the planet. This one from Duffy's. This is their Atomic Wing Sauce. We'll see how the boys do in some March Madness trivia coming up next.
Yep, he's here too. It's Kevin's Other Show, right here on 640 The Hurricane.
Oh, man, one of the best days you can possibly have if you're a sports fan. It's a day to blow off work, go to Duffy's, eat some wings, watch some basketball. Then I realize this, Duffy's has got standards. Every single Duffy's has over 80 HD TVs at every single location. And you can go in right now. They've got the $1 million or $25,000 chance to win. It's the 60 correct picks at Duffy's MVP $1 million bracket challenge. Now, just to do well, first place, they're offering a 65-inch TV for whoever earns the most points. And you can get a free appetizer just for registering. Just download the Duffy's mobile app, then fill out your bracket to win $1 million. Now, what we got in here, there's so many different great wings they got at Duffy's with 11 different sauces, but we've got the spicy atomic wing sauce going on here, and we're actually going to bathe those in a little bit more extra hot sauce.
I mean, why not?
Just to make them even better, man.
Yeah.
It's Tabasco.
Yeah.
We got to up the ante here.
So this is like straight sinus clearer.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I just want to make you aware that you might end up doing like that last half of the show by yourself.
Whoa, what is
When
this?
it comes-
What is this? What is this?
What is blue
ranch and
cheese?
blue cheese and stuff.
What?
There's
I
no
like blue
ranch and
cheese.
blue cheese.
What, we got to eat them straight? I like blue
Yeah,
cheese.
You puss.
I,
No.
right.
I like blue cheese.
Blue cheese is good. I like blue cheese with my wings. What do you want?
Oh, you puss.
He thinks this is a fun snack. This
Yeah,
isn't,
what
this
is
isn't about it
going
being
on
a
here?
fun snack.
I'm getting sides over here. I got fries.
It's about, oh, man, look at the big old fat wings, too. Look at them
Spread
things.
them out. Get some
Yeah,
sauce.
the-
this
man.
guy
Yeah, the
is
big
just
wings.
an amateur.
Wait, hold
Gosh.
on a second.
You gotta
I mean,
move those
all right,
around a little bit.
I'm
Yeah.
putting the hot sauce on. I'm trying to get it to filter down into the wings below because I got a mountain of wings right now.
You do, yeah.
See, but if
10.
you look at mine, you can see it on YouTube. I have it right here. They are evenly spread out, and I have made it so that everything gets a little bit of love. You're just piling on top of it. You're trying to cheat.
No, look at this. Look,
He's doing is cheating.
I just put hot sauce all over that. For the past minute or so, I was spreading hot sauce.
Okay, what you got to do here, we got a little March Madness trivia for you. You got to write down your answer so that you'd be like, yeah, I like what he said. So I got to make sure that you got it down on the piece of paper. So this is a write-in test here, y'all.
I'm
All
very
right.
bad at writing.
Okay, here we go. And if you miss the question, you down yourself an atomic hot wing from Duffy's.
Why did we agree to this? We thought this was a good
fun.
idea. All right.
This is fun.
This
Yeah,
is just
because
fun.
if you notice, there's only two of us that have wings. This is why Kevin thought this was so
It's
fun.
fun to watch you guys eat hot
Exactly.
wings.
I'm having a
It's
great time.
fun. I'm having a blast. All right, here we go. Question number 1, March Madness trivia. What city hosts this year's Final Four? What city hosts this year's Final Four?
I think I got this.
I think I do too.
I hope you got this.
I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
Okay.
Why'd you look at mine?
No, I'm just saying you're wrong.
Okay.
Ricky's going to be wrong. That's my prediction.
Both have your answers written
Yeah,
down?
I got it.
Okay. All right. What city hosts this year's Final Four? I will start with Ricky Bobby. Let's see the answer that you wrote down
I
on Kevin's
said-
Other Show TV.
Dallas.
Dallas is his answer.
Okay.
What do you got over there, Diener?
I'm a little scared now because I wrote San Antonio.
Oh, you don't trust yourself, do you?
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I mean, they're kind of in the same vicinity of. They're
Well,
both
they're
in
both
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah, so
they're,
there's
they're
that.
not in the same vicinity. They
They're
are actually both in
Yeah,
Texas.
they're both in.
The
It's
same
not a
state.
vicinity. It's in a state. Diener, you're right.
Hey!
San Antonio,
Antonio,
hosting
all right.
this year's Final Four. That means Ricky Bobby enjoy a chicken
I
wang from
made a poor decision
Duffy's.
putting so much Tabasco on this.
Yeah, I threw a lot. I mean, I smell it. This plate, if
It
if
is. It's got like steam coming off
Can you
of it.
can you see that from where you are? The steam.
I do. I smell it. It smells awesome, actually.
No, it does.
Yeah.
And but all the Tabasco is a little overpowering, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah, it's really overpowering.
Oh man, your face is turning red.
Shut
This
up.
is the first wing. This is the first question.
I'll be fine.
He's not gonna make
Let's
it.
go.
Just
Next
can't
one.
miss anymore. Question number 2, March Madness trivia here. Duffy's Hot Wings, spicy atomic sauce. All right, who won the first ever NCAA tournament in 1939? Who won the first ever NCAA tournament?
I mean, this
I'm doing this
1939.
all wrong. I can't write lefty.
Yeah.
That's right. You're eating with your right.
Hand
It's a
my right hand.
bad strategy for you.
That was a dumb move.
Could be anybody.
All right.
Bonus hint, they beat my Ohio State Buckeyes.
Oh.
but I will give you an extra bonus hint. Their football program has never beaten Ohio State, and I think 7 or 8 tries.
Okay,
But
that's
this
fair.
team beat them in 1939 to win the first ever NCAA tournament. All right, who are we talking about?
Go to Diener first.
Okay, Diener, what is your answer?
I changed my answer, actually.
Okay.
And I went with Kansas.
Okay, Kansas.
Yeah. I felt
Interesting.
safe. I mean, they used to be good back in the day. I think Wilt Chamberlain.
1939?
Maybe.
You say Wilt Chamberlain played in 1939?
No, he played for Kansas, right?
Wilt
but it was
Chamberlain?
after
In
1939.
1939?
Well, not
Was
1939.
he like 400 years old now?
It's unraveling. You sounded better with your answer about Texas.
That did.
They're kind of in the same vicinity.
Okay, you're saying Kansas.
Kansas.
Ricky
Kansas.
Bobby, what do you got? Who won the first ever NCAA tournament?
Kentucky.
Gonna go Kentucky. You're both wrong. Oh. Wing time. Oregon. Oregon beat Ohio State. Oregon
They
won.
they have a basketball team?
Yes, won the first ever, and I believe that was kind of the whole thing. If you remember when Oregon got into the tournament, they're saying, they have not won since 1939.
Wow.
Won the first. That's a little bit of a drought.
Tabasco was a bad idea. Why do we make these hotter?
We didn't need to make this hotter.
No.
How long are we doing this for?
We got
You're,
10 questions. Next question.
yeah.
Gosh.
No blue cheese, no water, you
I
puss.
really want blue
None.
cheese.
None.
Okay,
Oh, this
next
is not
question
good.
here we got for you.
Okay.
Which school has won the most NCAA tournaments? Which school has won the most NCAA tournaments? What do you got on that?
I think I'm pretty confident with this.
Keep writing with my...
Obviously, starting back in
Right
1939 with Oregon, but eliminate them because I
It's
told
not
you
them.
they.
That was their only one, right?
I'll take out one
that was
team.
going to be my answer.
It's not Oregon.
I think I know this one.
Okay. Which school has won the most NCAA tournaments? Looks like I got them in at 11 here.
I got it.
Okay. All right, going to go back to you, Ricky Bobby, on this. March Madness trivia. What is the correct answer? Which school has the most NCAA tournaments?
It's UCLA.
Okay, what you got, Diener?
I'm hoping that's right because I said UCLA as well.
You both went UCLA. You
Yeah.
both got it right.
Hey! All right, we get a break.
Very
Good job.
nice.
Good job.
Yes.
Very nice.
I'm losing weight over here. I'm sweating.
All right, next question. Going to throw right in on this. What coach has won the most NCAA championships?
Oh.
What coach? Got 10 of them. What coach has won the most NCAA championships? Who you got on this?
I feel like, yeah.
Spicy Atomic Duffy's Chicken Wings are your punishment if you miss it. Okay,
We're going to make it.
We can do this.
back to you, Diener.
All right. I'm going Coach K. I feel like he's won a lot.
Okay, Mike Krzyzewski. All right, at Duke.
Your
There's
nose
the
is
sniffles
running.
from Ricky Bobby.
I'm getting a little nasal drip. I say John Wooden.
That's a good guess.
John Wooden, you just had the answer of UCLA. You got to run piggyback, baby, because you are right, Ricky Bobby.
John Wooden. That's why they named an award after him, dummy.
I immediately
You hear the
regretted my
Coach
answer.
K award?
Immediately regretted my answer when I said Coach
Stupid
K.
idiot.
Jumping into the lead there.
Do I
Very
have to eat
nice.
this?
Yeah, you
Do you
do.
have to eat? What do you mean do you have to eat that? Yes, you have to eat it.
Want to make sure.
Next question while he's choking down that chicken wing.
All right, here we go. Name one of the two coaches to have the most NCAA Final Four appearances.
I didn't even hear the question. Like, the hotness is making me deaf.
Name one of the two coaches to have the most NCAA Final Four appearances.
I think I can
Who
do that.
would you say that would be? Write down your answer here.
I'm going to survive.
March Madness
I
trivia.
will survive.
Has anybody ever choked on air? Does that ever happen?
Yeah, it happens every
It
week
happens
on
all the time.
KBJ. Yeah, every week. It's a weekly occurrence. All right, Ricky Bobby, what is your answer here? Name one of the two coaches to have the most NCAA Final Four appearances. You're
it's
going with?
I thought you said two, so I put
Name
down
one
two.
of the two, yeah.
One of the two.
All right, Calipari.
Okay, John Calipari. All right, what you got over there, Diener?
I'm going Coach K again.
Are you all
I
right?
can't breathe.
Gosh. Diener is correct. Coach K is one of the two. Calipari is not. The other is John Wooden. They both have 12
just said that,
Final Four
too.
appearances. I thought there's no way Ricky Bobby's going to miss this. I really was stunned when you went with Calipari. I'm like, really?
You just got the answer.
I know.
Really?
I literally just gave myself the answer.
Okay, next question.
And heartburn.
We're at question 6 here.
Okay.
If you're playing along at home. What is the lowest seed to ever go on to win an NCAA National Basketball Championship?
Ooh.
What do you think? What is your guess on this? What is the lowest seed to ever go on to win an NCAA National Championship?
I have an answer.
Okay, what you got over here, Dean?
I'm going to say it was a 5 seed. Nobody else could win but a 5 seed, right? Wait, you haven't lost a question. Oh, you did. You did lose that one. I'm sorry.
No, he's still trying to recover from his Calipari answer.
Okay. All right, what'd you say?
You're
You said
going
5 seed.
A 5 seed.
5 seed is
Yeah.
the lowest to ever win.
I went with 6.
You went with a 6 seed. I hope
How are
you're
we doing with that?
both hungry because
Oh,
you
no.
wrong.
What was it?
1985, Villanova was an 8 seed.
That team was an 8 seed?
So close.
Villanova
My
was
goodness.
an 8 seed. Okay, coming up here in just a second,
Ugh.
going to find out what team shares second place with Duke for most consecutive Final Four appearances after UCLA. One of the upcoming questions, March Madness. Let's see if Diener can hold in here. How
Give me a
about Ricky
break.
Bobby? A little bit more March Madness trivia. We'll also run down the big games coming up for you in just a bit here. Coming up next.
Yup, he's here too. It's Kevin's Other Show, right here on 640 The Hurricane.
Ricky Bobby sounds real happy over there.
Not fun, man.
It's supposed to be fun.
Oh, it's good times, baby. You know, there are a lot of different wing sauce flavors. If the spicy atomic is not yours at Duffy's, try the Korean barbecue, the mango habanero, honey garlic.
Can we try those?
Absolutely, yeah. We got all that stuff over there. We got tons of Duffy's brought in so much stuff. Duffy's so awesome.
Yeah.
To me, it's just the best place ever. I love Duffy's. The new one in Boca I went to, and I think it's new. I had never seen it. I'm like, oh my gosh, where'd this come from?
Yeah, my buddy's a bartender over there.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it took over the Fridays over there, and everyone was like, oh no, Fridays. And then all of a sudden, boom, this Duffy showed up. And
it's amazing.
Like, this is the best edition that West Boca has had in a long time.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, it's really nice. If you haven't checked out that location yet, they've got so many all over Palm Beach County throughout South Florida. And they donated the wings here today. The spicy atomic wing sauce is what we've got here as we wrap up what is the March Madness trivia here with Ricky Bobby versus Diener. In on this.
What's the score at right now?
Well, check your chicken bones. How many of you eaten over there? Yeah, count the bones. We have gone through 6 questions. There's 4 left. How many bones do you have over there?
I got 4 bones.
I have only eaten 2 during the contest. If that makes sense. I had a little.
Oh, wait a minute. Or
you ate extras? That's throwing off the whole thing. Is this kid? You deduct 2 points from him.
He thinks this is just lunch.
Yeah. I got confused.
What's going on? It's supposed to be a contest.
I have wings in front of me. I got excited. I mean, they're super hot. I would really like to try those other flavors. They sound really good.
Technically, now we're tied.
Yeah.
All right, so we're tied now because I screwed up.
Got 4 more here. Wrapping it up. Our March Madness trivia, getting you ready for the big old countdown to the games. Here we go. Name one of the only 2 coaches to have taken 3 different teams to the Final Four. One of the only 2 coaches to have taken 3 different teams to the Final Four. Write down your answer. Who do you think it would be?
I'm in.
3 different basketball teams or 3 different
Oh, come
colleges?
on, this guy.
He's trying to stall. I don't know this answer.
Okay.
We don't have a 2-hour show here, okay?
All right, Diener, what you got over there? We'll start with you. What do you got? Name one of the only 2 coaches to have taken 3 different teams to the Final Four. Who do you got?
I feel like this is something that Calipari has done.
Okay. That's your answer there?
Yeah, I'm going with that.
Okay. What do you got over there, Ricky Bobby?
I have got Diener's prepubescent beard.
Come on, that's your answer?
Great.
That's my answer.
Yes, that's unfortunately as much as I want to be right. No.
It's not.
Diener, you got one right there with Calipari. You got UMass Memphis and Kentucky.
Didn't know that one.
The other one, dude had a couple nice little mansions in South Florida. Rick Pitino.
Oh,
Providence, Louisville, and Kentucky.
the pimp.
Kentucky being the common thread there.
Did we count his affairs in that as well?
Yeah,
or no?
hang on 1 second, because I got a bunch of stuff that was taken away.
All right, listen, don't
But you
complain.
didn't-
I got
if you would have said
Calipari.
Pitino, it would have been a fight.
All right.
I would have mauled you with one of these wings.
All right, question number 8 here, March Madness trivia. What team shares second place with Duke for most consecutive Final Four appearances after UCLA?
Wow.
Okay, what team shares second place with Duke for the most consecutive Final Four appearances after UCLA? I'll give you a hint on that. A lot of them came in the late 60s with Oscar Robertson.
Oh, the Big O.
The Big O.
Okay, that's a good hint.
Responsible for that. Okay. What do you got? I'm feeling for you guys over there, Don. Gotta know that.
Thank you for that hint. Ricky's. I think we have like 3 minutes left in the show. I'm not sure Ricky's going to make it.
Okay, Diener, what you got for your answer? And we'll check in with Ricky Bobby, see if he's still swimming.
The Big O, man, play for Cincinnati.
Okay, very nice.
I didn't even get to write anything down. Damn it!
Ricky Bobby didn't write down.
My eyes are watering.
All right, another wing for you.
Damn it!
2 more left. Hang with me, baby.
Did you finish the other one yet?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
In 1974, which school won a national championship without ever leaving their home state?
That sounds impossible.
1974. They won a national championship without ever leaving their home state. I believe they then won another one in 1983.
Okay.
If I'm correct on that. That's the added bonus clue. I'm going to throw you there.
All right.
1974, which school won a national championship without ever leaving their home state? I'm not even sure if Ricky Bobby's still playing.
I'm not. You know we're talking about college basketball.
I can't write with my left hand. I keep doing this wrong thing.
He's writing with his chicken wing. He just wrote his answer in chicken wing sauce.
In hot sauce.
Yes.
In atomic sauce.
Ricky Bobby, what you got for your answer over there?
Kansas.
What you got over there, Diener?
Decent guess. I'm going with North Carolina.
Gonna go with North Carolina. Man, you got the right state, wrong team.
In the same vicinity?
NC State, same vicinity. Which, to him, that is a synonym for state, vicinity. Jacksonville and Tampa. Oh, yeah, you guys are in the same vicinity.
Vicinity.
Yeah, the same damn state, man.
I have to eat a wing now.
Final question here. What is the lowest seed to make the Final Four? What is the lowest seed to make the Final Four? They've done it 3 times. 3 times. I will let you know that LSU is one of those teams. If I give you another one, it would be probably too obvious. All right, Diener's got it down already. Thinks he knows what it is.
No, I think I got this.
Hang on, okay? I'm trying to wipe the sweat from my eyeballs.
Ricky Bobby's the reason it's not good to write with chicken wings.
Oh, I found the dry part on the wing. I'm doing okay right now.
Diener,
yes.
What do you got? Lowest seed to make the Final Four.
I remember this, actually. 11.
11 seed.
Mm-hmm. I remember when this happened.
Right there, right here. I wrote a team.
You just wrote a team.
Yo, if I get the team right,
all right, we'll count that.
Then you have to eat that
entire plate.
Well, eat as fast as you can.
All right.
11 seed is correct, Diener.
What team was it?
You've got 3 times. LSU in 1986. George Mason in 2006.
And
Virginia Commonwealth in 2011.
Oh, you didn't get any of those.
Double wrong.
I put SMU.
SMU.
I don't know what's happening anymore. I'm delirious. By the way, breaking news, Jordy Nelson just went to the Raiders.
All right.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Good for the Raiders.
Exactly.
All right, coming up, here's what you got today. You got 7-seed Rhode Island and 10-seed Oklahoma. That's going to be tipping off here in just about 10 minutes on CBS.
About to start.
That's pretty good. 58% chance Rhode Island's going to take the win on that. That's what they're saying. You've also got later on today the Canes taking on Loyola, Illinois. That's a 3:10 tip-off on True TV. Canes just favored, but that's going to be another close game. Keep an eye on that one. And then the Gators should roll, right, over St. Bonnie tonight on True TV about 10
Sure. No worries at all for the Gators.
St. Bonaventure.
Okay. We'll see how it wraps up.
How good's our insurance?
Not that good. Not what you need right now.
Thank you very much to Duffy's.
Yes.
Go check out the wings. Go check out the TVs. 80+ every single Duffy's location. Great for checking out some March Madness action today, tonight. Hopefully you're jonesing for some wings. Just know, I guess, the spicy atomic wing sauce is pretty hot.
This was Ricky's idea, and now he's paying for it.
Okay. All right. Tomorrow we're chugging beer. By the way.
There we go.
Yeah, we're doing that. We're going to see if we can beat Tom Brady's mark. So, yeah, baby. Pack it on. Hey, if you want to check this out, go to YouTube, Kevin's Other Show, and get the podcast as well.
You listened to him on the KVJ show for years. Every time he tried to talk sports, he'd get shut down. After years of begging, we finally gave in. Brought to you by Wellington Anti-Aging. Low T? Go to WellingtonAntiAging.com. And by Bremen Motor Cars in West Palm Beach. A world-class experience. Shop BremenPorsche.com now. It's Kevin's Other Show on 640 The Hurricane.